fishing, it's in my soul.
Welcome to the Salt Strong Podcast, disrupting fishing entertainment as you know it. Prepare to laugh. Prepare to get to know fishing legends in a whole new and unfiltered way. And on occasion, you might even learn a thing or two about fishing. Here's your host, Joe Simons. Like diamonds.
Fish? Oh, look at that. Oh, so I got a little snook on right here. Pull me down in the weeds. We're in like a foot of water. You could probably see here, Joe. Look at this snook trying to dig himself down in the weeds. So this is all about finding fish on the flats. Look at these birds up here. So this is key number one. When you see this many birds, we were just calling up to them nice and slow, making some casts, not really expecting much. And old Mr. Snook here came and nailed my little slam shady. Let's see here.
Not expecting much.
Well, I mean,
Dude,
we were
this
expecting
is
to catch some big ones up here.
when you get on the flat and you see the birds as we have.
Cute little snook.
This little fella. All right, buddy. When you get on the flat and you come out and you see this much bird activity, it's going to be the only surprise is if you don't catch something near them.
Yeah, there's a lot of food. Say not expecting much. I didn't. God, come on, give me.
As we were coming up, approaching, the first couple casts we made, we spooked up a school of redfish. Right, we're in the fall right now. It's time for the redfish to be schooling, so we have a lot of life out here. And so we're basically doing power fishing, like we've done in the past multiple times. But we're doing it on open flat. We're not doing up against the mangroves. The water's pretty low right now, so a lot of these fish have pushed off onto the flat, and they're really just scattered around.
Nice hit there.
Some cases they hold in little pockets, and it's basically wherever the most food is. And so easy way to see where the food is look for the pros. Ooh, there's a nice fish just hit.
Yeah.
I want to see where the food is, look for the pros, and that is the birds. They're the ones that literally will not live unless they're catching some fish. Ooh, man, that should have been a strike.
So I got Slam Shitty 2.0. Luke's got the Bomber, Slam Shitty Bomber. And both have proven to work pretty well today.
Get another cast over there by this guy. Yeah, so the Bomber has the advantage for casting distance, but the 2.0 has the advantage on matching the size of the bait. It looks like what these birds are feeding on are little small bait fish. You can see they're not even jumping up, get on those birds. And when they're feeding, they're just literally they're just dipping their heads in the water. That is a clear sign that they're feeding on little small, tiny bait fish, probably little fry bait. So given how much food is there, the fish are probably keyed in on that little small bait. So the small lure probably has the advantage.
Hey, look at all those birds.
But this bigger lure has a bigger advantage, just covering more water. I'm looking for that redfish school.
Yeah, and so that's what we're keeping our eyes out for. We're not staring at the camera as much. Because there's got to be some schools of redfish when you have all that activity around. Dang.
They even have the cormorants in there too, munching.
A lot of bait over there. So we're going to slowly make our way over. But that is it. I mean, mullet jumping, birds diving. Look for those two and let them tell you where to go fish. Because it's intimidating, right? I mean, we've done a lot of these. Ooh, hit there right on the drop. We've done a lot of these videos talking about the 90-10 zone, and you get on satellite maps, and it makes it seem so easy. Oh yeah, you just look at this for spots like this, and they'll all be there. And let's be honest, it's tougher once you get out there. It looks different than what it looks like on a map.
In this case, it's
intimidating.
In this case, it's a massive grass flat. So we have the grass flat that goes, to the shoreline over here, when we're probably 300 yards off the shoreline, and it goes another probably 200 yards further out. And right now, though, it seems like these birds have been diving right on the edge where, there we just spooked something big right there. But these birds have been right on the edge where it goes from about a foot of water down to a foot and a half. It's a really small little depth change, but that seems where the action is holding. So we're basically just doing a straight line, going right with them, trying to stay upwind of that depth zone, but also not get too shallow where I'm clipping the grass. So I basically have the trolling motor as high up as I can go without cavitating.
And so tide-wise, we're at kind of the dead low?
Yeah, it's basically dead low. This is a weak tide. We're in between the moons, and the tide just basically is probably just bottomed out. But it's not like a low. It's kind of like this Gulf Coast has, the abnormal tides. So it's kind of like a low, but it's really at a mid-level. If it was low, then everything would probably be like another 100 yards that way.
And we still got a little water movement. We got a little wind.
Yeah, just a little wind going. So, yeah,
do what you can with what you got.
Yeah, so we're just going to keep traveling down as we get close to those birds, right? That's clearly where the most bait fish are. And I would be very surprised if we don't get some fish right where those birds are.
And this is probably one of the most critical things, is the approach, right? Because back in the day, we would see stuff like this, and we'd be in such a rush to get over there. You take your big motor and you go all the way up to them, and next thing you know, everything's gone. Yeah. Birds, bait, redfish schools. And sometimes, like even back there, catching fish slowly approaching the area. And this is the time to go stealth mode.
Yep.
It's one of those things that's not really taught. And it's a reason that we start all of our incident members, even some full-time guides, have gone through that positioning and approach course. Like, man, this is some of the most valuable stuff. Because we're always quick to talk about our lure and our rods and reels and, what boat or kayak you have, or even your wading boots. Talk about your Dr. Juice and Procures. But all that stuff doesn't really matter so much if you're going up and just plowing into a good spot.
Yep.
It's probably one of the number one reasons people, do have bad days and get skunked.
This is why we struggled for a very long time.
Yeah. And there's nothing worse. I mean, putting in the time to find a good spot, that 90-10 zone, it's not easy to come by. And then it gets completely, I got a hit there, blown up. And you're the one blowing out your spot.
Or even just approaching. So, I saw these birds. The idle zone, that guy's not following it, drives me crazy. But the idle zone, it goes way out, like another 500 yards. And so we were out on the outside. And as we were just going along, I was just looking for signs of life, right? So birds obviously is the easiest thing to see from a long distance out. And so I saw these birds working this shoreline. So kept going, purposely got upwind of them. And now we can just slowly approach and just kind of keep an eye on what's going on. Trying to see if they're moving much or if they're holding one spot. And it seems like they were moving earlier. Now they're just holding tight.
There's got to be some of the redfish schools. This is like beginning of fall. This is the hunt for reds in October, as they say.
Yep.
This is a great time to find some of those schools. And you'd be shocked at how shallow they will get.
And how well they can hide themselves. They're like a school of 100 redfish can be in 1.5 foot of water, and they're 50 feet away, and you have no idea until you spook them.
Or until one hits something up top with the bait little dimple up there.
That is a good sign. So yeah, I'm seeing that bait fish here now, and so I'm just basically going slowly up to it, staying upwind. We want to be able to cast as far as possible without spooking fish. And we should get onto something here soon. Ooh, there's a little something.
Tip number 2, don't hook a pelican. Or any bird for that matter. Oh, now the birds are making a little bit of... All right,
so what I'm really looking for now that they're flying over is I want them to fly over a school of redfish and spook them all. So that's what I'm looking for wakes right now. The fact that I see some, that might just be bait fish.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when those birds spook up, that'll kind of startle the redfish schools, and you'll see them push up water, and that's what you want to look for. And then they'll settle down. They'll usually start moving slowly again. So the fact that I didn't see any big pushes there is a little bit concerning on the redfish front, but there should at least be some snook and trout around here.
Definitely.
Or at least some single reds.
All right. And this bottom looks great. See a little bait down here?
Got them. Looking it right where it's supposed to be.
What is it, trout?
I can't tell. Ooh, we just spooked off another.
Oh man, yeah, this is a
trout. It's a big one.
As soon as we get into
I think it's a snook.
Into that bait area.
Yeah, this is basically right where those birds were we're hunkered down. And what they're doing, now we're watching them, they're basically going right down this line, and they're feeding some more. So now we know the line. Now we know the line to fish today.
So there's snook there, Lukey?
Yeah, another snook.
Listen, that's 2 snookage.
Let's see, where's this guy hooked? Come on there, buddy. Just about to lip him, and the hook was right in the bottom. So
we had some trout on today, so now we got to get some reds.
All right, well, nice little snook. Let him go.
Snook are always so much fun, though.
The old bomber ready for action.
Even those small ones.
Ooh, yeah.
Like the largemouth bass of the inshore saltwater world. Ooh, there's
See some commotion?
Yeah. I don't think it's a redfish school that we're looking for, but there's definitely.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, it might be.
Let's mull it there. Oh.
I just
Or some snook. You have a hit?
No, I bumped it. It was a mullet. I just felt my lure bump.
That is a very good sign.
Yep. All right, guys. We got lots of little bait. Now we got mullet. It's a pretty good school of mullet. This is all where these birds were hanging out. So now we're in the bird sanctuary. But you can see there's a lot of bait right here.
Oh! Felt that thump, huh? I saw your rod tip bump.
That was a solid one there.
Yeah, there's so much food right here. Yeah, this bait it's all small, but it's thick.
I bet that was a snook. This is where it's critical to be quiet. And not necessarily your voice. Ooh, something feeding on that.
Yeah, you see that little bait fish slinging out of the water? They're totally honed in.
This is where you don't want to be banging.
You might want to get to the nub lure there, Joe.
My lure's already beat up quite a bit. Oh! You see that? That was a decent sized fish there.
Ooh, eat it. Eat it. Oh man, I had something good follow mine too.
Let's see if I still got much left.
Get another shot at it.
This thing is beat up.
That one was coming up to really hammer it.
I was hoping that was a big trout there.
Yeah, we've already caught a trout earlier.
Ooh,
right
just
now.
spooked something big right there.
We actually need our redfish to complete the slam, so I'm hoping for red. It's looking kind of snooky.
It's coming right at us. It could be a.
Yeah, that's a bigger snook.
Yeah.
A bit nicer.
Dang, I was hoping for a nice trout.
And all this started just from seeing some birds up on the flat, doing a proper position, getting some good lures.
Oh yeah, baby.
See if we can get a double.
Hey, bud.
Getting some good lures, buzzing it over the shallows, and then waiting for the thumps.
All right.
So for handling techniques, just don't watch Joe. It's best to grab the fish in the water and don't put them on the boat like that. But
I'll get him in and out real quick. He's deep down. He was saying, "Thank you, Mr. Simons." Look at that. It's been 3 snook, and it finally. Oh, even my leader, ooh, it's playing with fire there. But we're live. I'm gonna keep going, Joel. Keep going. My 100 pack of Slam Shadies. Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah, Joe, I need you up here. Yeah, so one tip for shallow water fishing is always make sure that your troll motor's not too far down. We're in shallow water. And for a shallow skiff, you basically have to get the trolling motor just right where you're just barely not cavitating when everybody's in position. And so like right there, Joe was out of position. He still is a little bit. And so I'm cavitating. So right now we're in position and this is the trolling motor is just barely not cavitating. Huge, huge thing. A big mistake people do back to the positioning is they're making a lot of noise. And in many cases, it's just even clipping the blades of grass with the trolling motor blades. Those fish are gone. Right? They're not smart, but they're not stupid.
For those that don't know what cavitating means, please enlighten us.
Yeah, what cavitating means is basically when the trolling motor prop is too high, it's basically grabbing the air and it's making a lot of noise. So cavitating means making noise from the surface.
My microphone.
And then too deep, you're hitting the blades of grass. So you need to get there right in the sweet spot. And on bigger boats, it doesn't really matter, right? Because weight can shift around. It doesn't do much. But on a little skiff like this, like just Joe going from here to like 5 feet away, totally wrecks the entire balancing.
I might just get my little Chick-fil-A on the way home. Apparently.
Even with Otis, like literally with Otis, like it drives me crazy. He starts moving back and forth.
You gotta be kidding me. First cast out.
Oh, he did you a favor. That's gonna be the ticket there. That's probably gonna be the best bet.
Maybe it's telling me a sign.
Yeah, we call that the nub lure. So Joe's
just gotta fish a little bit slower.
Joe's 2.0 paddle tail just got bit in half.
So now I gotta do more of the bounce.
Ooh, I just got thumped.
No, I just had a little thump too. I think it's more little.
But now they can't steal your tail. It's already gone.
That's true. Yeah, it's more little puffers or pins or something. Let's see if I got less of a nub. No. That is why they call it the 2.0. And you could actually bomb this perhaps even farther than the bomber.
Yeah, it skips well too. Fishing mangroves, it skips a little bit better. Like it's actually a very good lure. So if you're in an area of puffers or pinners and they're taking off your tails, your paddle tails, don't throw them away. That's the time to use them. Save them for days like this when there's a lot of little fry bait around. Trying to figure out where the zone is.
There's more pelicans up there. Bird diving over there.
Had a really nice thump a second ago, so I think we're still in them. Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. Like literally right where those birds were hunkered down, that's where we had the most activity.
Yeah, and so it wasn't monster fish, but for just coming out real quick and getting yourself or your friends on a bite, catching a couple snook in 10, 15 minutes.
There we are.
Find the birds.
Let's see what we have.
It's on again. Another snook?
Another snook.
You know, and they come up like that.
Ooh, he's mad at the world. This one's a little bit bigger, but still not a giant. But man, these things sure are fun.
Yeah, they are. And they put, especially these young ones, they put up a fight.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go back over that same little area.
Get this guy up. Trying to find that redfish to complete the slam. This guy crashed the party.
See how's it looking?
This is the preferred way to handle fish, right? Keep in the water. Whoa, quick pick. Oh, even a nice little showboating jump there.
Oh, I just got drilled right here next to the boat. Dang. Let me do it again. So what? It almost looks like a little slick here. I've had a couple of the bites have been right in here in this.
Yeah, I think that's just a little that shallow, that little ridge where that slight little dip
like right
change.
on the edge. If you can see that, Joel, it kind of just follows it up. And a lot of the strikes have been on either side of. Oh, right there on the edge again. Dang. The heck, that was a small little fish, but.
Two in a row.
You're right on top of the little
Tail
slick,
walking
dude. It
out
followed.
Was right in the slick.
Followed you up from the edge. Another snook?
Yeah, that's what it looked like at least. Yeah, it had to be a snook. It was jumping.
All you need, some paddle tails. Spray a little Dr. Juice on there. Let's see if I can
easy there,
get one off this thing. That's crazy. They're all just sitting right here. And this is a type of structure.
Yeah, and
maximize structure.
And for years, I thought that the only way to catch snook was the high tide. You have to fish the mangroves. They will absolutely come out on the flats. Basically, wherever the food is, these are like the ultimate predators. Wherever the food is, and there's at least some sort of structure. In this case, it's seagrass. There we are, got him. Show him to the camera. A little bomber hanging out of his mouth.
Oh,
yeah, still not a giant, but man, they sure are fun. This little fella there.
If you guys want just a tried and true lure that even the kids can toss a mile, that bomber is awesome for the fall. I would highly recommend you get a pack or 5, fishstrong.com. That's all Luke's been, that's all you've been using for the most part, the last couple of 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, last 3 weeks.
All these pics you guys are seeing, people are like, oh, I saw you guys on Fox News, thanks to our boy Captain Dylan Hubbard.
We got to retie.
One of our insider members. Dylan does the fishing report there on Fox. And I get people every weekend send me a message. I saw you guys, make sure I'm not hooking anybody behind me. I saw you guys on Fox. And so usually every single fishing report on Fox, either Luke or I or both of us are in there. Because Dylan goes in the community and takes some of the reports from the Tampa Bay, St. Pete area.
They're pretty much all members. Like all those pictures are from members.
Which is really cool. Salt strong everywhere. They're on local Fox, whatever, is it 13 or?
Fox 13.
Fox 13 here in Tampa Bay.
Let's see if I can go 3 in a row.
Good folks there. Yeah, I don't know.
Get any more strikes there, Joe?
No, just a couple there. I could cast this nub a mile without the paddle tail, but doggone, I like the power fishing, to be honest. All right. I like the power fishing.
3 for 3. Let's see. Can he do it?
Can he do it? Who's that? C. Richardson out there in that little blue boat? Doesn't he have a little blue skiff now?
I think so. It does have a logo on the side too, doesn't it?
Oh, we got to go up there and bug him.
Come on, Snook. Where are you?
Time we're about to film and jumping to the area and Captain Mike Anderson comes up, screwing with us.
I didn't go 3 for 3. Worth a try. Oh, I had someone follow it though.
It's like, Mike, what are you doing? I just thought you guys might need some help.
He gets up on the push pole, that's going to be CA.
It will definitely go bother him. We love CA. We love to bother CA. We had many fun trips with him. Haven't fished with him in a while. He's always such a blast.
Such a nice guy.
Yeah. And so good in front of the camera. He's one of those guys. He's just done it so long, even though he does have to take 3 days to do one episode, like us here live. Got to poke him a little bit.
Oh man,
that guy, he is so stinking smooth and just so likable. Every time we see him at iCast, we have such a good time with him.
You might need to get the bomber on there, Joe.
Yeah, no, I'm
about to have to get a new one. Mine's
change up.
This one's been through a lot of abuse.
Camera guy is telling us that we are low.
If you wouldn't mind, if you're getting bomber, throw me a extra one.
I'm not going to get bomber. I'm sticking with my 2.0, dude. My confidence bait. Sometimes you just got to go with your confidence. Here's what a good thing to do is keep, have these little side pockets, put all your extra line and stuff in. There's so many people, even just the small little clippings, just shoot it right in the water. Nah, it's not really good, It's monos, fluoros, polymers, soft plastics.
Leave nothing behind.
Throw it away.
The best policy.
Throw it away. And there's states like, I think Maine, I don't know if it ever, got completely enforced, but they're trying to do away with soft plastics completely. Lures, that is.
Oh, there it goes.
What happened?
My bomber fell off.
Are you serious?
Been through a lot of abuse.
Right when we're talking about not littering.
Go, Bill. I'll try to find it.
Sweet irony.
Good news about no current flow is that it has nowhere to go.
You get the live, unabridged.
See, normally I saw that it was looking pretty gnarly. I should have just gone ahead and.
Well, it's a lesson you get to learn from us here.
Yeah.
Horrible fish handling skills from Joe and littering from Luke.
When in doubt.
Luke the litterer. Is that a good one, Joel? Joel's like, oh, this is going to be classic.
When in doubt, change it out. All right. New motto. All right.
Because of. We'll find it. Oh, there it is right there. Look, you see it? Look, you guys see it? Joel, 10 feet over. See it?
Your shadow, basically right in your shadow line now.
All right, so we'll be able to get that, but this is why it is important. Don't leave stuff, and especially things like the bomber, they will always float. Pick it up. The last thing we want is to be like Maine, where they're having a vote to keep fishing lures being able to be sold. Isn't that nuts?
That is crazy.
Be able to shut down an industry, basically.
All right, and we've got it back.
And those are black market for fishing lures in the state of Maine.
Yeah, this one went through a lot of abuse. Basically, what happened is that front end finally lost traction. So put it down in the paddle tail graveyard, bottom of the boat, gets cleaned out after every trip.
And if you do put them in your pant pockets like me, make sure to take them out before you wash. Especially if you're putting Dr. Juice on there. The wife, husband, kids, everyone will thank you. Made that mistake once.
Oh, it's starting to grow on me, man.
Dr. Juice smell?
Yeah.
Ew. Really? Do you shower at all?
Every once in a while.
Okay. That makes a little bit more sense there.
Yeah, it's funny. We had a superstition is that whoever smells the worst, like on a long trip, catches the most fish. So go on these week-long trips and everybody be afraid to take a shower. Otherwise you have the bad luck.
One time we went a little too extreme and we didn't bring toothbrushes for the week. It said whoever's just all natural, that was a bad decision.
I don't know. I think that was your department there. I don't remember doing that.
Yeah, it was a few of us. we had our own little tribe. No one wanted to hang around us. Imagine going a whole week, no shower, no brushing your teeth.
Yeah, and this is like in August too, like the hottest and most humid of all months.
You stop smelling at that point. Like after a couple of days, it's just one smell.
But it's always at the water, so we're getting,
Yeah.
count
Jump in the water.
that as a somewhat shower.
Salt water. It's basically exfoliating your skin naturally.
Yeah.
Good.
So right now we're at this little current, this little shadows area, and what's happening is this is a nice little trough. So we have a shallow flat.
This is where they should be nailing our lures.
Yeah,
when
it's only like a foot difference. That's just enough. Where it's just a tiny little depth change, and that's just enough to hold these fish. So we're gonna bump out a little bit now that we see what's going on.
Yeah.
And I think what's happening with Snook, we're just holding right there. It looks like the current's finally just turned. It's starting to come in a little bit. And those fish are right on the deep side, just waiting on some easy.
Can you see this, Joel, at all?
Some easy food.
Very subtle change in the depth. You can see my lure. I mean, it just whoop. So it's goes from a foot to 18 inches.
Yeah, this is our first time fishing here too. I fish this general area a lot, but I've never been to this part of the flat. So this isn't like we come into a secret spot that we always holds fish. Ooh. This is literally just reading the conditions and then figuring out the trend.
Yep.
Oh, I just had one.
Yeah, I just had a little strike too.
I think mine was a trout.
Oh, I'm seeing them coming up.
See what?
Pinfish.
Thought you saw some redfish schools, dude. You can't tease me like that.
No, but yeah, I know Joel's saying that we're almost out of time. Oh yeah, just gives the nod. So we'll close it up.
Yep.
Just want to do a quick one here, show you what it's like to go out to a new area and hit a flat and just want to catch some fish on lures, what to look for. And the biggest lesson is, I mean, where did all those fish, for the most part, right back there where the birds were. The birds, the bait, and we saw tons of boils today. And that's kind of the secret recipe. And then structure, which can even sometimes, obviously seagrass, but even just a little subtle 6-inch in depth change. Mm-hmm. And those fish were sitting there holding right on that little ledge. And that it looked like an oil, it looked like a slick, and you'll see slicks like that in Louisiana. That's where the menhaden is from the oil. But this was just, it's just a depth change. It's like a little bar. They're all hanging on the flat. So hopefully that helps. And if you haven't joined us at Insider Club and want to see exactly where we fish and all of our fishing coaches every single week, come join us. That's how it all started. It started with people saying, hey, I paid just to see how you guys pre-trip plan your trips and where you're fishing and why, how you're picking your spots. How do you find that 90-10 zone fast? And now it's turning everything from all kinds of mini courses and classes and live training. Now we actually have live coaching every single week with real pros. And now even, tackle, where you're getting 20 to even 30% off on all the tackle. And obviously the community is
the biggest thing is really about just getting on the trends. That's really what the focus is our goals for the members, to just have an edge on what the feeding trends are. And in this case, we're in a new spot, but we applied the same trends that we've been reporting on in the last couple weekly game plans. Every Friday there's a weekly game plan that just highlights and just 10 minutes or less. A lot of people are busy. They don't have time to look at, we have new posts come up every day. And the game plan is just, somebody's busy, just got 10 minutes, sit there, watch it, and it'll go through look at that fish right there. What the heck is that? It'll go through what's happening, right? What proximity of, being near the Gulf, near the Atlantic, or further inshore. Dang, what is that fish? That was a really big fish. It just spooked off.
Yeah.
And so we just used the same tactics that we've been reporting on and applied it to a new area. And sure enough, we had a great day. All right, this is we caught a lot of fish before we even started filming. And it was all about just applying the trends. Just always trends, the type of spot based on conditions is way better than just somebody giving you like a little GPS spot. So always keep that in mind.
Yep.
And if you're not a member, just give it a try. Highly recommend it. You're going to absolutely be blown away.
For you current members, thank you guys so much. Make sure to head to the community. A lot of you have said, hey, I haven't seen this, haven't seen your smart fishing tides, haven't seen where all these trends and all these insider reports are getting posted. Well, it's all in the community, and there's going to be a massive facelift coming soon to the community to make it even more easy to use on mobile. You can obviously save it on your phone just like a normal app. It's called a progressive app. And it's just continually going to get better and better. So definitely head over there at community.saltstrong.com. And if you want to join us in the almost 26,000 other members now, go to saltstrong.com and you'll see a place to join us in the Insider Club. Thank you guys so much. We be out. See if we can go find that elusive school of redfish. We know they got to be out here somewhere.
We saw one earlier, and they're out here somewhere. The sun's.
We'll film that for our insiders if we find them here. So.
Sun's about to be out, so that'll be advantage to us.
Sun's out, guns out. See you guys. Peace.
'Cause fishing, it's in my soul.